Hi, hello and welcome back to F1 Challenge VB. My name is Mephisto and our journey through the history of Formula 1 continues today with the 9th round of the 1969 season, the Canadian Grand Prix. It was held on the 20th of September, it had 20 entries, all of them took part in the race with 13 ending up retiring. The race was held over 90 laps and was completed in 1 hour, 59 minutes and 25 seconds. Jackie Ickx started the race from pole with Beltois in second, Rindt third, Stewart was fourth but retired on lap 33 after a collision, Holm was fifth on the grid but retired on lap 10 with a broken distributor, and Jack Brabham started the race from sixth. After a fantastic drive, Ickx won the French Grand Prix from Brabham, who climbed from 6th into 2nd and crossed the line 46.2 seconds after Ickx. Rindt kept his starting position and finished the race in 3rd, he was 52 seconds behind. Beltois dropped from 2nd into 4th, he was 1 lap down. McLaren climbed from 9th into 5th, he was 3 laps down. And Johnny Servoz-Gavin, who started the race from 15th, rounded off the top 6, he was 6 laps adrift. There were 2 drivers who shared the fastest lap of the race, with Jackie Ickx posting a time of 1 minute 18.1 seconds on lap 30, and then Jack Brabham equaled it on lap 62. Welcome to the Mosport Park Circuit, where a lap starts off with a short sprint into turn 1, a fast right-hander that takes us up the hill and into turn 2, a medium speed left-hander. From here we go down the hill and into turn 3, a medium speed left-hander. Next we come up through turn 4, a fast right-hander that brings us into turn 5, a double apex right-hander. Be extremely careful as the second corner is significantly tighter than the first. Next up is a fast left-hander that leads into turn 7, a fast right-hand sweeper. This is followed by turn 8, a fast right-hander, which is followed immediately by turn 9, a medium speed left-hander, and then turn 10, a slow right-hander that brings us around onto the main straight, and that is a lap around the Mosport Circuit. And here we are in qualifying for the Canadian Grand Prix, coming around to set our first qualifying lap, a 1:22.449, which isn't very good, so we shall try and improve on this as we come around to try and set a faster lap, a 1:20.199, which unfortunately is the fastest lap I was able to muster, so it's not very good, but hopefully, things will turn out better in the race, although we will be starting from the back by the looks of things, so we will have a very tough race ahead of us. Anyway, here are the previous Canadian Grand Prix winners. We haven't won here yet, so maybe this is going to be our first time. If not, this is the only time we can win, because this is Andy's last Canadian Grand Prix of his career, so if we don't win here, then we will never have a Canadian Grand Prix under our name. Anyway, Jackie Stewart is starting from pole with Beltois in 2nd, 3rd Jochen Rindt, followed by Jackie Ickx in 4th, in 5th we have Pierce Carriage, and rounding off the top 6 is John Surtees, sorry. Then in 7th we have Graham Hill, followed by Chris Amon in 8th, 9th is Jackie Oliver, followed by Pedro Rodriguez in 10th. In 11th we have Jack Brabham, followed by Bill Bragg in 12th. Johnny Servoz-Gavin is 13th, 14th Joe Bonnier, 15th Denny Holm, John Love 16th, 17th is Bruce McLaren, and Joe Stifford starting from 18th. Then in 19th we have Silvio Moser, followed by Vic Elford in 20th. 21st is held by Derek Bell, followed by Basil van Rooyen in 22nd, 23rd John Miles, 24th Andy Higgs, 25th Sam Tingle, Peter de Klerk 26th, LP's 26th, and rounding up the bottom, the last of the... Okay, now I don't know what I was about to say and I forgot who was in 28th. Anyway, hopefully this is going to be a good Canadian Grand Prix, and we are off, and I immediately lose a bunch of positions here. We drop down to 24 as Quartz there goes off the track, but we managed to get around him, so we move up into P27, now P26 as we overtake LPs. Can we overtake the Clerk as well? That would be quite nice. Yes, we can, and that's P25 already, so we regained a couple of positions as we come through turn 2 here, and the Clerk goes wide and overtakes us, so we drop back down to P26, but I'm sure we'll have enough opportunities to overtake him, hopefully, at least, as we take a look at a replay of the start. Once again, it was kind of a slow start on Andy's part. Lost a bunch of positions, but hopefully we'll be able to regain them as we move on further on lap 1 here. I nearly crashed into someone. Actually, I did crash. I think I bent my front right wing a little bit. And we are now in P25. There, briefly there, we dropped to P26, but we managed to get ahead, of course. And now we overtake Peter de Klerk for P24. Chasing after Derek Bell. Can we overtake him as well? Yes, we can. That's P23. And can we overtake Sam Tingle as well? Yes, that's P22. However, I brake a little bit early in preparation for turn 8 here, and that allowed him to get ahead of us. Now lap 2, and we overtake Sam Tingle for P22, and we're now chasing after John Miles. Hopefully we'll be able to catch him as well. Yes, we do on lap 3 here, coming around to overtake John Miles. That's P21 for Andy Higgs, doing, well, not doing well, but doing decently for the time being. Lap 11 now, and there was a car there slowing everyone down. I almost crashed into it. That would have been bad. That would have probably ended the race for all 4 cars involved there. But thankfully we were able not to crash into John Courts, who is now coming into the pits to retire, apparently with a gearbox problem, so that's why he was holding up everyone through turn 6 there. But thankfully nothing bad happened, so we move on. Lap 12 now, and I catch up to Silvio Moser, pass him, and that's P19, which is quite awesome as we now chase down after Vic Alford. Hopefully we'll be able to catch him as well. Lap 13 here, and Silvio Moser cuts through the second part of turn 5 there, the double apex right-hander, and manages to overtake us, but only for a brief second as we come through turn 6 and overtake him for P19. We now, and that was a back marker, that was LP's I believe, as we now move on to lap 16 and overtake Vic Alford. That, so we move up into P18, chasing after Joe Bonnier now as we get around another back marker. And can we get around Joe Bonnier as well? Yes we can, and that's P17. Now on lap 22, doing quite well, good progress. Lap 23 now, coming around turn 1 here, and Joe Bonnier manages to squeeze past on the inside, so we drop down into P18. That's not very good, but hopefully we'll be able to regain that position. Yes, it seems that I'm trying to fight, or rather Andy's trying to fight for 17, and there we go, we managed to overtake Bonnier once again on lap 24. And we see a bunch of cars quite slow, probably held up by a back marker. We overtake Denny Holm for P16. There's LP's slowing everyone down, and can we overtake Bill Brack as well? No, he brakes for some reason coming through turn 7 there. I had to do an evasive maneuver and brake pretty hard, and that allowed him to get away, so couldn't overtake anyone there. But eventually on lap 25 I managed to overtake Bill Brack for P15. Almost managed to overtake Gavin as well, but I couldn't quite stick it. Hopefully we'll be able to overtake him soon enough as I go wide through turn 9. Then on lap 26 I finally catch up to Johnny Servos Gavin and pass him, so that's P14. Doing quite well here. Well, doing quite well. Not all that well, since this is lap 29 now and we're still in P14, so that means that we will not be getting any points this race, which is kind of unfortunate, but there's not much I can do about that now, as we take a look at a replay of Jackie Stewart coming around to finish lap 29 and posting the fastest lap of the race and a new lap record. He set the first lap record in 1967 and he broke his own lap record now. As we come on lap 30 here, I go wide. For some reason the car didn't want to turn through that corner. I went wide. Then as I tried to regain the track, I lost control of the car. As I tried to slow the car down to get back into the track, someone came and crashed into me. I lost my front left wheel, and that is the end of my race. And here's a replay of Bill Brack coming around to crash into me. He didn't even stop, didn't even try to do an evasive maneuver, try to get around me. He straight up drove into me at full speed, and that ended my race. And here's a replay of Andy Higgs coming around. Again, for some reason the car just decided to understeer going into that corner, and here I am trying to slow down the car to get back into the race, but by the time I managed to fully stop the car, Bill Bragg crashes into me, and unfortunately that's the end of the race for both myself and Bill Bragg. Not very happy about it, but hey, at least we didn't lose any points, so I'm not all that upset about the result. But you know, finishing in 14th would have been better than having to retire on the penultimate lap. As we now take a look at a replay of Jackie Stewart coming around to win the Canadian Grand Prix, so congratulations to him. Beltois second, so that's a 1-2 for Matra. Third, Ickx, fourth, Courage, fifth, Rins 630s, and thankfully, since it was I retired on lap 30, we managed to complete 90% of race distance, so we are among the people who finished the race, but you know, it's still not the same. And here are the retirements. The only true retirement was John Court, who retired on lap 11. But that was the Canadian Grand Prix. What can I say? Not a very good result for Andy or for Volkswagen, but that is that. So that's our last Canadian Grand Prix, at least for Andy. Anyway, let's move on. And here are the career statistics. This was Andy's 182nd Grand Prix. His best start is from first, has 17 pole positions, has set 33 fastest laps. His best finishes in first, has completed 109 races, 85 of them in the points, has won 48 Grand Prix, 4 at the Indianapolis 500, 6 in Monaco, has 8 championships under his belt, has scored a total of 571 points, has retired 73 times, has experienced 3,764 out of 4,717 laps, has 8 bronze trophies, 17 silver trophies, 48 gold trophies, and as an extension, 48 podiums. And here is a quick look at the championship standings. Andy Higgs is still leading the championship with Jackie Ickx in second, Jackie Stewart third, fourth Bruce McLaren, Jean-Pierre Beltois fifth, John Surtees sixth. The last person with points is Mario Andretti down in 18th. And bringing up the bottom of the driver standings is Richard Atwood down in 30th. So those are the drivers. Let's now move on to the constructors, where we have Jack Brabham taking the lead of the Constructors' Championship with Pete Lovely Volkswagen Incorporated dropping to second, Matra International third, fourth is shared between Bruce McLaren Motor Racing and Gold Leaf Team Lotus, sixth Owen Racing Organization. The last team with points are Scuderia Ferrari in 10th, and bringing up the bottom of the Constructors' Championship are Jack Holm Racing down in 18th. So that was the Canadian Grand Prix. Quite a disappointing result for both Andy and Volkswagen, obviously. So not much to say about that. I'm quite disappointed, especially since I really don't know what happened with the car there. Suddenly I decided to just understeer and go off the track. I was going through that corner at the same speed I did throughout the entire race, but for some reason this time the car just decided to go straight instead of trying to go around the corners. Then I lost control of the car for whatever reason, and Bill Bragg decided to go at full speed even though there were yellow flags being waved. So he crashed into me, and that ended both my race and his. So yeah, quite disappointing. But you know, overall it's not a huge loss since we weren't about to score any points. I was struggling quite a bit during the race, so oh well, things happen, I guess. With that, we only have 2 more races in the season, the US Grand Prix and the Mexican Grand Prix. And if we do not win the final 2 races of the season, then I'm afraid we will lose the challenge of trying to win 50 Grand Prix by the end of Andy's career. So hopefully we'll be able to do well in the final 2 races. We know we can win the US Grand Prix. We won that several times before, but we never won a Mexican Grand Prix, so that might prove to be a bit more difficult. Well, the US Grand Prix could prove difficult as well, depending on how things go, but yeah, you know, we'll have to wait and see how things turn out. But that is the end of this video. Don't forget to vote for next season's team, and don't forget to vote for a name for Andy's son. Links are, as always, in the description. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, stay sharp.